Hi everyone, this is my campaign ad analysis for Communication and Media 203, CUNY SPS, Week 11. I decided to choose the campaign ad from the presidential candidate Andrew Yang for the upcoming 2020 elections. Unlike his fellow Democratic candidates running for office, Andrew Yang has used social media as his primary source to gain momentum and become a potential frontrunner in the upcoming election. I'll let his campaign ad show you, and I'll go ahead and break down a few points along the way that I thought were worth taking an extra look at. So, let's begin.
Over the last number of years, we have automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Missouri, and Iowa, all states that were swing states and competitive, and all states that went to Donald Trump. So that's the state we're in right now, and unfortunately, I'm here to say things are going to get much, much worse. What we did to the manufacturing workers, we're about to do to retail workers, call center workers, fast food workers, truck drivers, and on through the economy.
Now, I want to stop there. So, I do enjoy the fact that this has been a very well planned out ad campaign thus far. In the beginning of the commercial, you see a horrible looking place. You see it looks to me like an abandoned factory or an abandoned underpass from a subway that just looks horrible. And then you see all these beautiful states like DC and Wisconsin. And as he's showing you that, he's saying how 4 million manufacturing jobs have been lost to technology. And if we don't do something about it now, we're going to lose a lot of jobs and won't be able to work and support ourselves. And that is what the country can look like, that abandoned underpass or that abandoned factory. Then, after looking at all those towns, you see he's talking to a very diverse group of people, young and old in particular at this time. And he's talking in a really nice factory, something that they would like to work in and have jobs. So I did think that was pretty clever on his campaign team's point. Now check this out.
The only thing I worry about is that some total unknown that nobody ever heard of comes along.
Then there's Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang, entrepreneur and author of The War on Normal People.
Andrew, running for president? Yes, I am. So we're in the third or fourth inning of the greatest technological and economic shift in human history.
Looking at what's happening in tech and automation and AI, and he says this is going to be catastrophic if we don't figure out how to deal with it. And he thinks UBI is a solution.
Every American gets $1,000 a month.
I've never seen shareholders get upset when a company declares a dividend. This is a dividend to the American people. We are the richest, most advanced society in the history of mankind.
He's really been campaigning on a platform of ideas, and it's been fascinating to watch how that has taken off, and I think that kind of really could make headway.
I'm Andrew Yang. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm not a politician. I'm a problem solver. Some people call me a futurist, and I say I'm a presentist. It's just that the other politicians are stuck in the past. Right now, 57% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $500 bill. What happens when you put $1,000 a month into their hands? Where does that money go? They're going to spend it, right, in their local community. Instead of GDP, we should be measuring childhood education rates, average income, mental health and freedom from substance abuse.
Now I'm going to stop right there. I thought that was also really clever to have Trump using the power of the media to pretty much gain momentum in his campaign trail. But then what does Andrew Yang do? Which I think is really powerful when it comes to presenting yourself. He turned a negative into a positive. So with a negative into a positive, he's like, Trump, quote, we're going to have some unknown come in and doesn't know what to do. But then you have Andrew Yang on all these different platforms telling you exactly what he is going to do if he becomes president. And then he talks about the freedom dividend, his UBI, the universal basic income, which is $1,000 a month, which gives us hope that, we can be entrepreneurs ourselves. And I think he's banking on that, hey, I am an entrepreneur. I made a living this way. Someone gave me an opportunity. So I want to give an opportunity to the American people to at least have a job and work for themselves and make money. So I thought that was pretty clever that he went around the campaign trail and saying that about his UBI. And even in the Democratic debate, he gained 3 million new Twitter followers, offering the UBI to the best story of 12 people, offering the UBI to 12 people if they gave them the best story on why they needed that $12,000 a year. So I thought that was pretty cool that he did that. And it helped him gain that momentum even more on social media, all the platforms he visited, the YouTube videos. He's really making his presence known within the community, young and old, and he's reaching out to our technology, our internet world as we know it now. So I thought that was very cool that he's, on the campaign trail doing that. And he's putting morality first and ideas and humanity first. That's something that I think, in my opinion, that we have lost over the course of this recent presidential run we have going on right now. So I really thought that was cool.
Environmental sustainability, the proportion of our elderly who can retire in quality circumstances. If we change the measurements, we can change everything. We spend twice as much as other industrialized countries on our healthcare than other countries because our system rewards activity and not healthfulness. And as president, I will move us towards Medicare for all and get the incentives right. Washington, D.C. is not a town of leaders, it's a town of followers. We need to create a wave in the rest of the country and bring that wave crashing down on their heads. And I'm here tonight to ask you, will you create that wave with me? Yes! Together, we can build a new economy that prioritizes human beings, and we can take this disaster of a presidency and swing it the other direction. We have to have our own vision and have the courage to say, if we invest in ourselves, then we will all win. Please welcome to the stage
The next president
the next president
of the United States,
Andrew Yang.
And that is the end of his ad campaign. Now, I do enjoy the fact that he put humanity first, Yang 2020, and www.yang2020.com. Now, one thing we do know about Andrew Yang, he's very famous for his hashtags, which helped him gain more social media presence, such as math, make America think harder, which is pretty much the complete opposite of Trump's slogan, MAGA, make America great again. So I thought that was very clever for him to flip that. And also, he even stated in an interview that he did on The View, it was actually a stereotype he wanted to crush, because he said that Asian Americans are very good at math. And then he said, you know what? How about I turn that into a hashtag? Math, make America think harder, because that's what we need to do to change. And I was just like, wow, this guy is a marketing genius. So I thought that was clever. And then you have the Yang Gang hashtag. And all of these things makes his presence more known as he goes across the campaign trail. And I think he realizes, and you could tell in this campaign, that he has to reach out through the young people. He has to adapt to the times. Although he's saying technology, 4 million jobs lost, he still has to know about it and learn about it to know how we can keep the economy going. So I thought that was very clever of him. And Andrew Yang really demonstrated his moral values, humanity first, and he's riding that wave. And I love the fact that he says, there's no dividing. It's all, let's ride the wave together. Let's do this all together. And whoever did this marketing, which I'm sure is Andrew Yang and his team, they did a wonderful job in conveying that to the audience he is trying to potentially get to vote for him for the presidential 2020. And that is the end of my presentation. My analysis of this Andrew Yang ad campaign.